see you.
Good. Yeah.
Thanks for coming.
Yeah.
I appreciate it.
Hi, I'm Bob Kaplitz.
Hey.
I'm the videographer
Hey, how are
capturing
you?
some of this, and I thought you'd to chat for a few minutes, and,
Yeah.
and we'd go on and then talk with you.
Sure.
So make yourself at home.
Okay.
Yeah.
How you been?
Good. How are you?
I'm doing well. Sorry for the last minute notice. I appreciate
That's okay.
you coming and helping.
Yeah, no problem.
You doing well?
Yeah.
How's work?
It's good.
Staying busy?
Yeah. How's everything going on over here?
We're doing well. This is very, very exciting. We're finally getting some momentum and trying to start this Cure Glaucoma Fund and trying to really lean on some of our patients and kind of tell the story of our perspective of what we've been through and kind of the emotions we were going through when we first met and kind of the stuff that we did and the important role that you've played by really being the first one to have had the surgery done and to allow us to care for you and to be such a instrumental part in the evolution of this surgery and of glaucoma surgery in general. And we always describe it as a perfect storm. And I think you always hear us get excited about things and talk about the surgery. Even during the surgery, you heard us talking about how excited we were that it was working. And Dr. Feldman and I always talk about that. But I think it would be what we don't really usually get. Because we're always either taking pictures of your eyes or doing an ultrasound of your eye and examining your eye. We don't really get your perspective on your thoughts of what it was like going through that and having somebody tell you, one, you have glaucoma, which you knew when I first met you, but two, we're going to do this surgery, and three, hey, we're going to try something new that we have never done before but we think could work and has the great potential to fix things.
How did you feel knowing that they were going to perform the surgery on you and it was the first time?
Well, I was very scared at that time because my IOP pressures were very high and they're like they're going up and at such a high rate that even with all full medication I was on, it was like 5 different drops day and night, and it was like a no-brainer. I just had to do it, and it was either not do it and take a risk in losing my vision, and either at least try it and at least take a chance and at least have reserve my sight, so, but it's helped a lot.
Nobody can tell the story better than you. In the literature, this is a breakthrough surgery. It was developed here. Did you realize the significance and, frankly, how lucky you were to be benefiting so soon?
Yeah, I was very lucky. If you remember 3 years ago, this month, if you remember Dr. Deakins, if it wasn't for her and everybody here, you yourself, the staff here at the Eye Institute, I don't know, I probably wouldn't be even seeing right now. My pressures were at like 40, and thanks to the surgery, I'm at 10, no medications for 3 years, which is amazing because I've had glaucoma since I was 15. So, putting in medication in the beginning, I didn't realize what glaucoma really was. I never really took it serious until really sat me down and said, "Hey, this is very serious." And ever since, it's been life changing because I also meet other people who have glaucoma, and I tell them about the surgery. I tell them what it's about. When I even go and get my contacts or something like that, I tell these other doctors about the surgery, and they never heard of it before, and they get really excited, just like y'all do here. But I'm glad to see that you guys are doing a difference, which is helping a lot of people.
You can't tell now, but I don't even know if you ever picture, but it is. You're right. It was October 21st, I believe.
Yeah, it was
2011.
It was a week before Halloween.
Yeah, the story how David came to the practice was I operated on his mom She came from a clinic called Bridge Builders,
Right.
and needed, and medicine wasn't working, and she needed a traditional glaucoma surgery, a glaucoma tube, and a cataract surgery at the same time, I believe. And she asked me if I would see her son, who was also being seen at this clinic. And he comes in, he's on all the drops possible. I mean, and I don't know if you have a picture of what you look like 3 years ago.
I do. I was actually looking through them, and I did find a couple of very bad ones.
But his eyelashes were out to here. His eyes were beet red. I mean, he was literally almost, I mean, physically disfigured. People would look at you and wonder if you had something wrong with your eyes, if you were either, you know, on drugs or something crazy, or had a pink eye that was infectious. I mean, his eyelashes were out to here. His eyes were just bloodshot, and his pressures were 40. And to see now, I mean, I still am in disbelief that his eyes have basically resumed a normal appearance, everything, and it's unheard of that you are basically controlled on no medications without ever having made a major incision on the eye. I mean, there are certain moments in your career you will never forget, and the first time we did your eye, it was Dr. Feldman and I, and we, you know, we planned it out. We did the surgery, and it was going. My heart was just pounding because it was just going so well. And I said, "This is impossible. It can't." You know, it's like a dream coming true right before our eyes. Like I never thought it would actually. You know, I knew it would. I was hoping it would work, and you know, in my dream that would work. So. And you know, when we theorized it and talked about it, we thought it would work. And if it didn't work, we always had a backup plan that we could have done the same exact surgery, making a big incision in the eye. But just watching it happen, and you know, my heart is pounding, and then I see it coming around, and we complete the surgery, open up your own drain 360 degrees without having to really touch the white part of the eye. And Dr. Feldman and I, we have our masks. You know, you can't see your face. You have the masks on. You have the hat on. We look at each other. Our eyes are just, you know, in disbelief, and we we give each other a little like sterile fist bump, and we continue with the surgery. It's really interesting. I mean, we always talk about this as an evolution. 30 years ago was the first time that Dr. Feldman and his mentor, John Lynn, the founder of our practice, performed the same surgery on a child using a suture, making an external incision, but that had never been done in the U.S. So in Dr. Feldman's career, over a 30-year period, he has been, you know, a vital component of the evolution of this surgery, from doing it with a suture and making a big incision to doing it now without making a big incision on the eye. And it's it was almost like connecting the dots and really bringing the founder of our practice into the evolution of the surgery today.
I definitely heard the excitement. I woke up and I don't know if you remember the time when I woke up and I was like, hey, what's going on? And I was trying to get Dr. Pino's attention to give me some more juice. I can go back to sleep, and all I hear him saying, oh, it's okay, just relax. And I can hear Dr. Feldman, and I can just hear his excitement in the background. And when I heard that, I was like, okay, everything's gonna be okay, you know. So it's a blessing, you know. So my mom every day she prays for you guys for doing what you guys did here. She feels blessed to the most extreme. Let's say, you know, because from what we've been through, to going from one clinic to another clinic to another clinic, and then finally coming here, and then the surgery is all went perfect. It's just right, nailed it, and we've been blessed. We really appreciate you guys here, and everybody is. And every time we come here, and the love and everybody, the excitement that you guys do get just from looking, and it makes us feel better because we don't know the exact, science of what's going on inside the eye, but when we hear it, we feel relieved, so thank you.
Thank you all for coming
Great.
together.
Yeah.
That was very moving.
Yeah. Thank you, David.
Thank you. Thanks. This practice, you might not be able to see.
Yeah, I mean, I was born and raised in Afghanistan, and my mom was diagnosed way earlier, I would say late 80s. We had then moved to Germany, lived there for a few years. She had glaucoma surgery done there. Also, my sister was also glaucoma. She got surgery there. We had moved to the States back in 2000, and that's when the early stages I was diagnosed with glaucoma. And at first I was diagnosed at a optometrist office, and from there I went to a different specialist, and then from there went to another specialist in Colorado, moving around in different cities and states. Got me to Bridge Builders, which is here located in Dallas, Texas, who's run by University of Houston, I believe, and they helped us to get connected here at the Eye Institute. At that time, like I said before, if it wasn't for the Eye Institute, Dr. Grover and Dr. Feldman, I probably would have lost my sight. And my mom, and myself, and my sister are very blessed, and we feel very comfortable here at the Eye Institute.
Good. Yeah, you pretty well said it. I guess if I were in your situation, I'd be thinking, had I not come to this area, things would be, as you said, very different.
Yeah, I mean, that's the thing. You never know your destiny, really. You never know your path. But it's strange when you see it, from one person to another person, and then going from one clinic to another clinic, and then ending up here, and then really getting the job done as in the surgery aspect, and then also feeling great. And it's been 3 years. So it's been a blessing.
Yeah, and you were taking all those drops, your eyes were red and probably pained, and it had to be a hellish time for you.
My eyes were bloodshot red. I was constantly accused of, being on drugs, or if I was literally smacked in the face, believe it or not. My eyelashes were out. I was literally, because of the medication, I was growing hair all around my eyes here, and on top of that, I was putting in medication in the morning, before lunch, after lunch, evening, and then before night, at least 3 times each time, and plus my pressures were still at 25-30 at that time, and ever since here, when I got the GAT surgery by Dr. Grover, I haven't used any drops in 3 years, and my pressures have been at a steady 10, both eyes. So